Hello everyone, G-Pop here. Looks like we've got a new character trailer, and this time it is a brand new character we have never seen before in Melty Blood. And as you can see right here, it is a new dead apostle, Noel. So, I'm assuming you pronounce it as Noel, because I know there's also Noel with an L-E. And I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm just going to call her Noel for now, but this is huge because this is a brand new character. Okay, a lot of us in the community were anticipating we're going to at least one new character because Tsukihime Remake came out, and I'll try to be as least spoilery as possible. Like, I'll try to reveal as least spoilers as possible, but all I know is that they introduced quite a few new characters. And this character, it's not like a big spoiler because she's been already teased in trailers. We just had no idea what her role is. But from what it looks like, she is a dead apostle. Or not a dead apostle. She works for the same, I guess it is dead apostle. But she works for the same church as Ciel. And you can tell by her design, she has the design with the cross and everything. But it looks like she's holding a spear. This is going to be interesting. I wonder how this is going to work out because we've never had an actual just full-on weapon character in Melty Blood. Everyone was kind of like themselves. And if they had kind of weapons, it was kind of like maybe in the normals a little bit, but it wasn't like something they're carrying all the time. Like Ciel had sword, actually had swords, but it wasn't like her. You don't see it as visibly and stuff like that. Actually, it's not true. We had roast beef, or I call it roast beef. It's Ria's beef. And Power Ciel, who both use weapons. So it's not true there are characters with weapons, but it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes. So you know what? I'm just going to stop talking for now, and let's get on with this trailer. I'm really excited to see how she plays. Alright, wow, this song. Oh, I like her personality. I like her character. Oh, okay. She's got a pretty slow overhead. Ooh, that's a pretty good air throw. Ooh, what was that? That was interesting. Ooh. Oh, what an over... Okay, that's an overhead. Moondrive, confirm. Clash. Ooh. Whoa, that was... What is that? Confirm. Oh. Oh, wow, she got cut-ins during her thing. Wow, She kind of reminds me like an Under Night Blaze Blue character, kind of, like with those cut-ins. Like, let's go to the arc drive real quick. Look, she does the cut-ins. Oh, alright, didn't go too far back. Yeah, cut-in. Oh my god, I love the pose that she does too. I like her. Oh my god, as a character. You know what? I like her. Her character type, she looks pretty fun. She looks pretty good. But let's break it down. Let's break this down a bit, alright? So this is going to be a first for me because unlike the previous character trailers I reviewed, I reacted to, I had something to go back to compare, with Ciel, Kahaku, Hisu, all that. They had previous versions of Melty Blood. This is going to be the first time I'm going to be just reacting just purely without any past, nothing to compare in the past. So let's see how this is. Yeah, so I like her. She looks pretty upbeat, very carefree kind of character. I could be very wrong though because I haven't played Tsukihime Remake. I never played the original Tsukihime. But she does exist there. But I haven't seen much of Tsukihime Remake itself, so I can't really say. But she looks pretty carefree in this. Yeah, with the heart symbol and everything. Okay. So she does an air dash. Oh, okay. So first thing I noticed immediately. So I didn't notice this before, but she has some kind of meter in the bottom. It looks like to be kind of I don't know if that's a needle or a dagger or a throwing knife, but she carries 10 of them. We haven't, okay, maybe we'll see it later in the trailer, but I haven't seen her refill this whatsoever. Or wait, hold up. I noticed something in the back. Maybe it's something like that. They're both shining green. I could be very wrong, or maybe it's some kind of staff meter thing. Maybe we'll notice it when we go a bit closer, but let's slow this down a bit. But let's see. She starts off with jumping over her. Yeah, she's jumping over Ciel's key. So she's jumping over her keys and punish. Yeah, so it looks like her jump in has very pretty good range right here. So I'm assuming that's like a jump C or something. And it looks like it's going to be really good for, also really good air to air. As you can see, kind of forward and upwards. Might be good to contest like Kohaku, because Kohaku's another character. You know what? I'm going to correct myself again when in terms of no one who uses weapons. CL or Kohaku uses her broom, if that counts, so there is that too. But I want to see if she's really good at meeting Kohaku's broom air to air with this move, so that's going to be interesting. So it goes with that. Into overhead. So this doesn't look like it's charged. It looks like some kind of either special or like a command, a very slow command normal. I think it's it's a special because we can see skill bonus. So she goes into overhead. That she can combo from 5A. That's really interesting. 5A. So this looks like there's an auto combo from 5A. And that's interesting. She has a... So instead of being like a 3-hit auto combo, it's a 4-hit. So the first hit puts him in ground bound. So now it makes her... So basically, her auto combo, it kind of reminds me of like characters like Bardock from Dragon Ball FighterZ, where they have a very, very consistent auto combo. So the problem with auto combos usually is that when you hit them airborne, as you're hitting them, they kind of go upwards a bit. And if you don't have any way to like bring them down to make them more consistent, the auto combos tend to whiff pretty early on. Now, I don't know if it's going to be as much of an issue because these are just 3-hit auto combos, so maybe it won't go long enough that that'll be as much of an issue. But this one, you can already see is really good because just like Bardock from Dragon Ball FighterZ, she does like 5A into another move that brings them downwards. So this will be a very consistent auto combo. Alright, so launcher, and I love that face that she makes. Oh man. Oh, so that, okay, this looks like ABC. Jump. So, let's see. Jump A, jump B, jump C. Okay, I want to look at each normal here. So jump A looks like a standard, very horizontal poke. It's not going to be very good from air to ground. It looks like it reaches kind of okay for air to air, so I think it's going to be pretty good for that. Her jump B, it's like, reminds me of, you know what it reminds me? It reminds me of FCL's jumps, like Full Moon CL's jump C. But the thing is that it doesn't reach as... Full Moon CL's jump C kind of is more horizontal. This one kind of goes a bit more upward, so looks like, but you can kind of see the angle. Maybe it's still going to be good for air ground air if you like hit at the back here. But maybe I think we might see it a bit more later on in the trailer. But so far, it looks like it's already really good, like air to air normal too. And then jump C. So yeah, that is jump C. So far her air normals looks like it's very good air to air. We'll have to see a bit more if they're good also for air to ground. This one looks like it's a really good like good move to hit the grounded as well, because you can see that kind of range here. But it could also be like very misleading with that kind of animations, because we have Melty Blood has a history of very misleading stuff. For example, very popular one is like Hime's hitbox, how it's like very big skirt and stuff. So we'll see how this actually is. Alright. Jump C. Alright, so this air grab is really good. And the reason why, as you can see, so it brings them down, but it puts her right beside you. And it looks to be a hard knockdown. I don't think there's any way this is not a hard knockdown, but she put it right beside you, which gives her a lot of opportunities for meaties and stuff like that. So this is going to be a really good, this is a really good air grab already. So she looks very promising there. Alright. Okay, so here we start seeing her use some of those, some of that new resource. So from here, it looks like she's doing 5A. Is that a grounded? I think that's 5B. I don't think it's an auto combo because wait. Is it the same as that? No, I don't think so. No, it's different. The other way, she's facing the other way. I think that's gonna be like 5B. I think that's her actual 5B. This one like that. This one's more like an auto combo normal. Because remember, like I said in my full. So for people who hasn't watched my full analysis, Miyako video, I mentioned that those auto combos looks like they have a normal that looks to be auto combo specific. So I might be wrong with her because we have no idea what all her normals are, but this could be an auto normal specific, auto combo specific normal. that is specifically to bring them down, stuff like that. Because this one looks like to be our actual 5B. The other one, that other one didn't look like a 5A, 5B, 5C kind of thing. So we'll see. Now look at that! Wow, look at that normal. So actually, I don't know if this is considered like far. Actually, it is pretty far-reaching, but you can see how big that swipe is. Is that our 5C? Let's see, 5B, 5C, and it. Okay, what makes it really good? Look at that! It drags them in. It drags them in. So that's really good for pressure, because now you can like probably set up for kind of things like that. So it's kind of going to be really interesting. Now the thing is this a 5BB or is this 5B, 5C? Let's see. I think it's 5C, but we'll have to see. But dragging them in like that, that's actually really good. Sets up for a possible mix-up, especially if you're in the corner. If you can drag them out like that, you could do stuff like when you do jump 5B, 5C into like maybe moon drive into like mix-up stuff while they're in block stun, and do a left-right in the corner. So who knows? Alright, so it looks like this is like a dagger or like a knife kind of thing, but it's like a resource. Actually, I think it's a sword, just like CL's swords. But yeah, it's a sword. But the difference is, CL doesn't have a resource for her knives, or her key, what we call keys. Hers is actually a resource. So this could be one of two things. Like, either they did that to balance out for the fact that she has really good range, or two, the other possibility, which is usually what happens, it's a resource because the way she uses her keys are extremely powerful. That's why they had to make it a resource. CL, it's not a resource because like they're good, but it's not like they're overpowered. They're not like overpowered kind of thing. So that's why she can like use it like a projectile. This one looks like it's a resource, so it might be that they did that to balance it out based on how powerful it is. But let's see how it's been used. So this is a moon skill version, so it's not like an accurate representation, but let's see how she uses it. She did that, yeah, so she did that to reset her pressure. Yeah, so she's definitely plus, because she's still on block stun, and she was already pressing a normal. And I'm assuming that's her 2C. That's her 2C, because she tried to press a button right after, and she got hit out of it. That looks like it's from her 2C. What is that? Alright. Alright, so that... okay, so that is 2C. So that is a special. That is like a special move because we see skill bonus. So that drags them in. And looks like it's a kind of a Rekka, maybe a follow-up. I'm assuming it's like a follow-up kind of thing. So what you can do this. You can do that normal. And then you can go into the different follow-ups. So that's like, it can be an overhead. I think this could be an overhead. But she can also use it for a combo tool. Now, can you follow up from this after? I don't think so. That's why she went into special, but who knows? Now, the thing is that I don't know if that 2-hit is also part of like just one motion. Like it's just, it always does a 2-hit, or it's like you press like I should say, let's just assume it's quarter circle forward. If it's quarter circle forward, AA kind of thing. If it's AA, so like the first hit, and then you press A again for the second hit for the pull in, and then you do overhead. So maybe it's a 3-hit Rekka, but again, we don't know. Maybe we'll see later on if she does different variations of this. Into what looks like an overhead, and then now super that has invincibility. Ooh, okay, so it puts them up in the air. Now the question is, can you combo from that? I feel like you can, because it's a kind of interesting way to do a super. It's like actually no, I think it might be a reversal, because it looks like a flash kick, except she does it off the pull. So like CL has a flash kick too, but she kind of has like a similar looking flash kick as well. So I think it's something similar to that, which makes sense, because again, they're both from the quote unquote dead apostles. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, that's not where they're from, the church that they're from. I'm assuming it's called dead apostles, but I don't know if it's like dead apostles to the church, or if it's vampire, or if it's the name of the vampires, but that's what it looks like. So I'm gonna assume that they can follow up from that after, but she did it because, you know, they gotta cut the trailer short. They gotta show more things. They only have 45 seconds. God, please, just longer trailers. God. But you know what? These are really nice trailers because they show a lot in so little. So let's see. Okay, so now, So we don't see what normal she went from. Let's see if we can catch it. Some kind of crouching normal. So I'm assuming it's like a 2B maybe? Ooh, okay. So I'm assuming, wait, hold on. So is this her 2C? Or is that maybe 2B, 2B? Because I thought this was 2C. Right, yeah. I thought this was 2C. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I thought this was 2C because you can see it goes low, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's like a 4C, 6C? I don't know, that's interesting. Okay, I'll try not to guess too much on what each normal is because it's going to be kind of hard to really determine. We won't know, but this looks like a 2B or 2C into follow-up. I'm assuming because... So we haven't seen it from Ciel's trailer. I don't know if she still has it. But Ciel has like a 2BB and a 2CC. And usually it does like a thing where like puts them up in the air kind of thing, the second follow-up. So we don't see it much here. Well, it's not like we don't see it much here, sorry. But we do see her do something similar to that where she does 2BB or 2CC. It puts them up in the air for like a follow-up. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's a 2B, 2B. Is that like another follow-up from it? I don't know. But it's definitely... Okay, it's a special. Okay, so that's 2BB, and then when she landed, she went into a special, and it was a true block string. As you can see, she was in almost true block string. She was like, just for like a frame, she might have been out of it. Yeah, I think that one frame, she was not a block string, so which means, but because it's like a, I'd still say it's like a frame trap block string because like, you're not going to press a button, be able to press a button. You're going to get hurt because you see this thing has 2 hits to it. So there's 1 hit and then charge. So this special looks like she can charge this motion. I think it's the same as what's shared for this one because she goes into her staff again. Yeah, I think it's the same one. So whatever that is, it might be a reversal, but you can charge it into an overhead. But it's not a reversal. She doesn't have invincibility, so that's gonna be interesting. Maybe it's like an A version of the reversal. So like A version doesn't have invincibility, but it allows you to do something like that. So it's like combo filler, but maybe the B version is like the reversal. Who knows? Or maybe she can only reversal in her EX version, just like characters like Full Moon Miyako, which her reversal is only EX version. So from that, looks like she has the Moondrive to continue the combo. She goes again into a special for her knives, which she uses the resource again, which does a ground bounce, which means she can still follow up. So that's not a so that's not a special. This is a normal because we don't see skill bonus from that. Well, hold up. Wait. This one they say skill bonus. Okay, so that other time was not a skill bonus, but this one is. So maybe, okay, you know what? Maybe this is actually a normal. And then this was the skill bonus. It just came out early because they noticed the input came out that early. Like, that's when the cancel was. Maybe that's what it was. That's kind of interesting. Because she does the resource air version of the keys. But this one was not a normal. That's not a special. Interesting. So a bit of inconsistencies. I don't know. Kind of makes this a bit of a mystery. So we probably won't know until we see more of this character later on. But it looks like from this one, she's able to combo into some kind of ground bounce move. But I don't know if she can combo from that because she has a bit of recovery. I don't know if she's able to follow from it, but they ended the combo there. So it's like normal into cancel two. It's a 2-hit into this follow-up. So maybe she has like one where it's like, let's just call this one a 5cc now. a 5C now. It's like 5C, C, and then this is not a special. This is like a 5C, C, maybe this is like a 6C. And then you can do like a command normal, which won't do skill bonus, or you can do a special cancel. So maybe that's what it is. But it puts him in knockdown, so we'll see. So we're going to Clash. That looks like a 2B. Okay, so let's look at these each normal. So this is what I think was a 5C. Okay, so we see Ciel's 2B here, or 5B here. And this looks like her 2B, because she's going from crouching. She really likes to face away from the camera a lot. Hold on. This looks like a follow-up, so it's like a 2BB, actually. This might be a 2BB, because you can see from that animation, it's very smooth into this. So, this is like Ciel going from 5B to 2B. Yeah, that's 2B, and this looks like it's a 2BB. Okay. So it's 2BB. So she throws her key. Wait, did she use it? Yeah, she went from 9. Wow, she has like no recovery. She could follow up from that. Yeah, wow. Okay, so that's why they made a resource. So because she was able to throw the key and immediately dash cancel. She has like very little recovery on that. So that's how she was able to throw it and dodge Ciel's like jump can. Oh, she went demon flip. So this is the first time we're seeing Ciel do demon flip from the ground. Demon flip into the dive, which is either going to be the grab or the overhead, or not the overhead, but like the dive sword attack. But she was able to get out of that. So that's her shield. She shielded all that, and it shows that you can actually like hold shield for all of that. It counts it all as one shield. So she follow up into that quarter jump forward thing, and wow, that has a giant hitbox. It hit her even when she was grounded. So she's able to jump cancel that into, looks like her jump C into air grab. Okay. Pretty simple stuff. So she's able to jump, to charge her jump C, which seems pretty normal for a character with a spear, but she doesn't do much out of it. We don't see what kind of property, what extra property it gives it. She just goes straight into air grab. So it's not, I don't know, maybe it's something like Sion where she can do jump loops? Maybe she's getting the Sion for this game? I don't know. Alright, so we ended with here. So, she goes in the moon skill version of this, which has a bit of a hitbox at the start there. Fatal counter, so she's, I think that's the new high counter, fatal counter. Puts it to the ground bounce, and then she goes into her arc drive, which again has invincibility as usual. The moon skill version doesn't have invincibility; it just counters it. What was Ciel trying to do? What is that? I've never seen that normal. Is that a new special, or no? It's not a special. We don't see. I've never seen that. What is that normal from Ciel? That is a new normal. Okay, that's something. That's also. So that's the thing we have to notice when we're seeing this trailer. We're seeing also new things from the opponents, from like the other characters too. So I've never seen that. Is that like a new normal? That's interesting. Like the 6C now. Ah, I got it. It's like look like an overhead, but regardless, it was slower than her moon skill that puts her into high counter. She was able to cancel the arc drive. Just gives all these cut-ins just to show her off, because he's a very flashy character, I guess you could say. He's a very upbeat kind of character. I don't know. I really like her. I like, to be honest. As a character, I like her more than Ciel. Okay. Hot take. I don't like Ciel that much as a character. Again, I don't know how she is in Tsukihime Remake Ciel, but I was never a fan of the Ciel's character in general. I just liked her playstyle. But this character, I like her more as a character than Ciel. So that's just, this is gonna be personally me. But yeah. And I'm actually looking forward. I'm definitely gonna try her out. Melty Blood is one of those games where I actually do try out like every character and see which one I like, kind of thing. Usually in other games, I kind of have like a predetermined like character I want to look at, and then I just mostly play those characters. And then after I play around with those characters, then I start trying other like characters out a bit. But this one, Melty Blood is one of those games where I actually try out every character and see which one I might stick with. I'm still most likely gonna stick with Miyako, but this character, she looks very appealing. Because he's absolutely new, a lot of this is a mystery, so it's gonna be really hard to really determine how she is. She looks like she's very good in general, like the block strings and stuff like that. She's able to put you in and stuff like that. The knife, sword resource. So we haven't seen her refill it at all. Maybe it's like if you remember Johnny from Guilty Gear, he has like a coin mechanic, but I don't think you can refill it. I think it's only like a per round, how many coins you can use per round. So maybe hers is going to be a per round thing. Or it could be like Scion, where like she had a bullet mechanic and she could refill it. Maybe she can refill it sometime. Another character that has like some throwing projectile kind of thing is Ibuki in Street Fighter V, like the Street Fighter V iteration. So maybe she will be able to refill it, but we haven't seen any instances of that. So it's going to be interesting if you can refill that. But so far it looks like, because it's a resource, they made it very powerful. So, for example, it made her very plus. But again, we've only seen mostly moon skill versions of it. We haven't seen much of the regular version except for one instance, which it didn't connect. She just whiffed it. But she saw how much recovery, like how little recovery she had. Like she was able to quickly dodge that. Like, yeah, so I'm assuming that's also going to be plus, that she's able to do that. Now, is it maybe because it's dash cancelable? Or is it because, is this a dash cancel? Is this a command dash cancel? Or is this actually such quick recovery that she's able to dash? And if it's something that she can quickly, if she can just quickly recover from, that means she can press like a normal right after. So that, the animation looks really smooth on it. That I think it's a command dash cancel, but we'll have to see. Maybe it's just the animations are just so good that they blend so well together. But yeah, let's look at that one more time. Jumps in. Overhead special. Auto combo, which looks like interesting. Her air normals looks pretty good, but it looks to be mostly very good air to air. It becomes really important. What becomes really important is this, out of the normals, does this become a cross-up? And if it's a cross-up, is it as good as Ciel's like Jump B from like Actress Again's current code? And I think in current past versions her Jump B is very good too. Is it as good as that? So that'll really determine if it's a really good jump, like way to contest grounded characters from the air. We'll see. So her air throw looks really good. She looks pretty good mid-screen potential for block strings, as long as you use their meter resource. So she has a reversal EX move. So she has grounded overhead. It's kind of slow though. So she has ways to like keep him grounded too. She doesn't seem very air based. That's the other thing. She seems to be like really keeping you in the ground, but we'll see. Oh yeah. One last thing I want to point out before I end this video is that, so when it comes to new characters, French Bread tends to have a problem of making them either super good or super weak, but usually on the very weak side. Examples we have of this is like Under Night Inbirth. Actually, let's take Under Night Inbirth for example. When we got into when the game first came out, Under Night Inbirth, the game was kind of broken. Everyone was powerful. No, there was some very weak characters too, but it was the first character. When they released like EXE late, they introduced a few new characters. One of them was Akatsuki, and he came out of the gate weak. The other one was Byakuya, and he also came out of the gate weak. They were both like low tiers in that game. I think Akatsuki was bottom tier in that game actually. And then but usually in later iterations they balance them very well to become much better. So in ST, so Eunice, that's when like Byakuya became very good, very very good. And Akatsuki was also really good. But he was much more balanced compared to Byakuya. Byakuya was just very very good. But the characters that came out in Eunice was Enkidu and Wagner. Now we know how Enkidu ended up. He was extremely weak. He became the bottom tier character. Oh, we also had Mika, which and Phonon, which I'll talk about in a sec. But actually, let's talk about those two first. So when Eunice came out on arcades, the new character was Who was it? It was first Phonon, and she was very powerful out of the gate, as if I recall. She was very powerful before they toned her down a bit. In the end, she still ended up one of the best characters in the game. And then after that was Mika, who became one of the worst characters in the game initially. And she was like low tier. They fixed her up a bit, so she wasn't low tier, but she was still kind of low tier in later rebalances of units. But then when the console version came out, they introduced Enkidu and Wagner. And Enkidu came out like bottom tier. Really bad character in that game. Unless you're like Rikir, who was like the best guy, who was our best uni player in Canada, and he was so good. Top 8 uni player. I was so happy for him. From Waterloo and stuff like that. And I always get bodied by him too. I can only like sometimes beat his set, but not his Enkidu. And then we also had Wagner. And Wagner was absolutely top tier character. I don't care what people said, block the mids. Doesn't matter because she just puts you in block strings forever, and she just forces you to press a button and then you get hit. So Wagner was always top tier in that game. I don't care what people said. She was top tier. Then Uniclear came out. And who came out? It was this ice guy. Dang. Hold on. Londrika. He is low tier. From what I've seen so far, he's low tier. So, again, we have this kind of problem with like new characters. They either end up very good or very bad. And even we go to Dengeki Bunko. Initial game came out, there's a lot of characters, but when new characters came out, later patches, I know Taiga, when she came out, she was low tier. And later patches of Dengeki Bunko. Before they fixed her in Ignition. But when Ignition came out, the new characters that came out from that, who were the new characters? Kuroku? She was balanced. She was pretty balanced. So that was like one of the few characters that came out balanced and stuff like that. Some of the other characters there too. But when the DLC characters came out, first one was Yuki. She was top tier. She was high. Well, first she was kind of slept on. She thought they were like mid high tier, but then people started realizing, oh no, she's really good. She has so many conversions. No, she was top tier now. And then the other one was the magical girl. I don't remember her name, but she's bottom. She's like low bottom tier. Don't remember. Hold on, I'm just like googling her real quick. Yeah, she's so low tier. I don't even remember who she is. Oh, Akko. Akko, Akko. Yeah, she is kind of like low tier in that game. So there's that issue. There's even instances in Melty Blood. In Melty Blood, the new characters that came out tend to be like high or low tier too. Like Hime, she was like top tier. Ryogi, I think she started off high tier or like something like that, or at least people thought she was high tier because there was a really good Ryogi player, but then she dropped off to becoming bottom, like low tier in this game. Who else? Ro, he was bottom tier. He was like low bottom tier in that game when in Actress Again when it first came out, but when Kurko came and they rebalanced him, oh god, he was top tier. He is absolutely god tier right now. But you have to be really cerebral to be really good with him. So that is just my worry about her. Is she going to be bottom tier or is she top tier? I think she's going to be pretty high in my opinion, but it all depends on how her combo routes are in this game. They haven't shown many combo routes, but it's also because she's a very new character, so it's going to be kind of hard to see where they could go with her. So that's just my rant on like high bottom tiers and new character stuff like that. I think that's all I can say for now. Again, she's a very new character, not much to compare from the past. But here's our very first new character. Is she going to be the only new character? Who knows? We'll have to see. We still have 3 more characters to be revealed. And there's still quite a few oldies that haven't returned yet. And that's where we're going to see who's still going to be cut besides the usual like Wallachia and Sion because of lore reasons. But we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys for watching my initial reaction or listening to my initial reaction, and I'll see you guys next week.